Hello, how are you today? Today we celebrate the feast of the Transfiguration of the Lord, the day when Jesus goes up on Mount Tabor with his three special disciples, Peter, James, and John. And there, while Jesus in the midst of prayer, he is transfigured in all his glory. And while in the midst of that, he speaks to Moses, he speaks to Elijah. Very important day. This is 40 days before the Feast of the Exaltation of the Holy Cross on September 14th. We need to keep that in mind. Because this isn't the only time that we hear this story of the Transfiguration. No, we also read it at the beginning of Lent. And tradition has it that the Transfiguration happened 40 days before Good Friday, the crucifixion of the Lord. 40 first. 40 years, the people of Israel in the desert. 40 days, Jesus fasting in the desert before his ministry. At 40, a time of preparation, a time of planning, but also a time of hope. A time to remind us that yes, something powerful is occurring and we need to be prepared for it. The Transfiguration is a time that gives hope. Hope that what lies ahead will be cared for, overseen by God himself. Because see, the story has it that prior to the Transfiguration, John the Baptist, Jesus' cousin, was killed. And Jesus, knowing that his ministry had been set up and the stage had been set by John the Baptist, Jesus himself may have been somewhat concerned about what his future had in store. And so he goes up on Mount Tabor to pray. And there, the Heavenly Father reminds Jesus of what his true glory is. That he will be watched over. He'll be cared for. In fact, that his ministry, as difficult as it might be at times, would ultimately be the fulfillment of all that God had anticipated. So we see Moses, who is the receiver of the law. We see Elijah, who is the chief of the prophets. And so Jesus is seen then as the fulfillment of the law and the prophets. And then the Heavenly Father announces to Peter, James, and John, but to the whole of the universe, that this is the Son of God, and we need to listen to him. The Heavenly Father reassures Jesus of his presence, of his care, of his concern, of his compassion in the midst of all that lies ahead. Jesus is reminded of the glory that he has with his Heavenly Father. And Peter, James, and John are reminded that yes, in the midst of the struggles of the passion of the Lord, the death of the Lord, and even the empty tomb, they will remember the glory of Jesus on this day of Transfiguration. They will remember that the Heavenly Father said to them, pay close attention, listen. Listen in what you hear, listen in what you see. Live by openness to what Christ has in store for you. Which is the message for all of us too. As we see Jesus transfigured, we are reminded that, yes, in those words of Paul, if we die with Christ, we will also rise with him. This life is a time of preparation. It's meant to be a time of hope as well. And we too, in the Transfiguration, can see, yes, the glory of Jesus, but also too, as adopted children of God, we can gain a glimpse into the glory that our Heavenly Father has in store for us as well. Yes, our Father knows that we too will walk a sorrowful way at times. And yet we do know, and we are reminded that God will never give up on us, that God has a future full of hope and possibility in store for us. All we need to do is listen to Christ, who is the fulfillment of all that the Father has ever said to us. All we have to do is walk together with Christ, who is the fullness of what it means to be alive. Our Heavenly Father wants us to pay close attention, because in Jesus Christ we see the Father's love for his Son. But in Jesus Christ we also see the Father's love for all of his children. God bless. Have a good day.